Well, welcome to the Good Life, where life is always good, sports edition. We are um, a minute 27 from, left in the fourth quarter, game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders, with the Dallas Cowboys leading 27-20. Um, this has been an interesting game, marred with horrible special team play, a few turnovers, a kick return by Cavante Turpin after a Washington touchdown. This was a game that the Cowboys were not supposed to win. This is a game that the Cowboys were not even supposed to be um, close in score. And as my buddy Mark said, Washington has been playing with their food this game, and they definitely have. Me personally, I don't think Washington is any good. They've lost two games in a row. Um, I think they benefited from the result of not necessarily a easy schedule to open the season, but I just don't think that they played a bunch of quality games. Let me see here. So they beat Arizona, they beat Cleveland, um, they beat Carolina, they beat Washington, and they beat the Giants. Um, they those games there to open the season is just a just a result of a soft schedule to begin the season. I don't think they're good. I never thought that they would be any good. If this was the Cowboys with this soft schedule and with the record that Washington has, the naysayers would pinpoint that we have played a soft schedule to open the season. So it's just it's just comical to me that as a person that loves to talk about the draft and uh, draft position. Currently, right now, um, Cowboys are punting ninth. I'm sorry, are picking ninth. After this game, I don't think it would result in them falling out of the top 10, but it may also have to do with the results of the afternoon games. Wow. Uh, this is funny. This game should not be where it is. Y'all probably can't see, but I'm drinking out my Cowboys mug. A little coffee on a Sunday afternoon, and they just watched and just scored a touchdown. So, as a person that loves the draft, I am happy that Washington just scored that touchdown. But at the end of the day, this score should never be this close. This is just a result of a bad Washington team. I don't know if y'all noticed, but that was my wife in the background. That suckerhead. I guess she didn't realize that I was recording. But that's what happens when you're live. So right now, score is 26-27 with 21 seconds left on the clock, and Washington is going for their extra point. And this kicker is kind of janky because he's missed one today, and he missed the extra point. He missed the extra point. So it looks like Dallas is going to win this game 26-27. For all you Washington fans who who were just high on your fucking horse, guess what? You just lost to one of the worst teams in the NFL. Mind you, this is the second kick that your kicker has missed this game. And it wasn't close. It was not close. And when I say this is not a good football team, speaking of the Cowboys, this is not a good football team. And there are a few scenarios out there where Washington doesn't even make the playoffs, but I don't see that happening just because of I believe the teams below them only have 5 wins, 6 wins, something like that. So it's highly likely that they do make the playoffs, but they will be a one and done. This is too funny. It's hard to be a Cowboy fan and season ticket holder and not want your team to win. But when you love talking about the NFL draft and the scouting combine and the Senior Bowl and doing mock drafts all the time, it's just what I enjoy doing. Um, oh, that touchdown was Scary Terry, if I'm correct. Yes, that was Scary Terry, and it was probably 90 something yards, maybe. Um, but this also response to just having bad play at safety with Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson. Um, and I said this last week, one of the worst combinations of safety in the NFL. So, wow, this is a shock. Onside kick. So we're going to see what happens here. Washington is lined up. And that ball is not returnable. Oh, onside kick was picked up by Thomas, and he's picked it up, scored a touchdown. So now the score is Jelani Thomas. The score is 33-26 right now, pending the extra point. Oh, yeah. Wow. So we've had 2 missed field goals, a blocked field goal, and 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns. Dallas Cowboys are up 34-26 with 14 seconds left. Oh, this is unbelievable. Dallas has scored 24 points in the fourth quarter with Washington scoring 17. And this is a game that was tied at 3 at halftime. And for there for there to be this many points scored in the fourth quarter is unreal. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Well, from the mouth of the great Ring of Honor member and NFL Hall of Fame member Jimmy Johnson, how about them Cowboys? You're killing your draft order. I mean, you're killing your draft order, but at the end of the day, you did one thing. You beat the stinking Redskins. And kickoff and the returner, I don't know who he is. Looks like he's injured. Not sure if the ball was fumbled or not. Dallas did pick it up, but I do believe he was down. Um, wow, unbelievable. Dallas Cowboys about to defeat the Washington Commanders. I still want to say the Redskins. They will always be in my mind the Washington Redskins, just because of the history of these two rivaled franchises. 9 seconds left, and there is a injured commander on the field. I think it was Eckler. Yeah, it was Eckler, and Eckler is on the ground. He wasn't moving, and officials from the sidelines did rush on the field. So, as much as I hate the Redskins, I do not wish any injury on any player on any team, any sport that my team is playing. So, I just just hope that God is covering him right now, and when we get back, he's walking off the field. Let's just hope that is the case. Austin Eckler, I'm sorry, if some of you guys or ladies might not know what I'm talking about. Wow, it's interesting. In the earliest slate of games, there the Minnesota Vikings and Chicago are into overtime. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeated the New York Giants, who the Cowboys play on Thanksgiving Day, 30-7. Kansas City narrowly beat Carolina 30-27. Miami defeated New England 34-15, while Tennessee defeated Houston 32-27. And last week, Houston defeated the Cowboys, and to their fans, that was their Super Bowl. So you lost today. Indiana lost to Detroit 24-6, and that is the wrap up for the earlier games. Back from commercial, and um, he's still on the ground, and he is walking off the field. So that's good. That's good. That's a good deal. He's walking off the field, and he's not all there right now. He probably thinks he's at Disneyland right now because he did take a hit. Yeah, he's not out there right now. He's walking very gingerly, and I've had a concussion before, so I do know. Actually, I've had two of them, so I do know that concussions are not. They're not any fun. Oh, and the Cowboys did have a block punt. I totally forgot about that. So the first team in Super Bowl era with two missed points, two kickoff returns, a, and a block punt. I mean, yeah. Wow. Okay, we got 9 seconds left, and Washington is under there, lined up, and ball is snapped. Mika, and there's a pass to the sideline to Zach Ertz, and we have 4 seconds left. And Cowboys are looking like they are about to win this game. This is mind blowing. For this score to be tied at three at halftime and to have such an exciting ending. Oh, and the ball is released and is intercepted by Mukamu. Wow. Clock zero, and Cowboys win 34-26 against the Washington Commanders. This was a very interesting game early on. It was rather boring. I found myself dozing off before halftime, but I got my composure after halftime, just like the Cowboys just did, and I finished the game. Oh God, this is I don't know how to feel about this game, but Cowboys win, Cowboys win, Cowboys win. Wow. Let's go over some stats here to kind of see where we ended up. Cooper Rush was 24-32 for 247 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 sack. Rico Randy Ball, 19 carries for 86 yards. Um, he got 9% of the carries. Zeke had 3, Lamb had 1, and Cooper Rush had 4. And we even had a Trey Lance sighting that resulted in a run for -3 yards. CeeDee Lamb was 10 for 86. I'm sorry, 10 for 67. Luke Schoonmaker, who caught the touchdown to put Dallas ahead, he had 3 catches for 55 yards. It's interesting. Jake Ferguson did not play because of the concussion that he had last week. So it was good to see him get some action and get some results because he was a second round pick a couple years ago and been very disappointed in him. But good for him. I'm glad that he actually had a chance. Jalen Tolbert was 2 for 22 with a touchdown. Um, Cavante Turbin had he had a 99-yard touchdown, and Thomas had a 43-yard touchdown on kickoffs. Brandon Aubrey was not good today. He was 2 for 4, but he made all his extra points. Um, this was just an awful game for the Cowboys to win, and this was a awful game for Washington to lose. Now Washington has to hear this from the national media, and I hope that the talking heads in the morning are on Washington's ass for letting the Cowboys come in their house and beat them, because that's exactly what happened today. And Dallas is going to have a nice plane ride back to the Metroplex after this this victory. Oh my gosh, this is shocking. This is shocking. Dan Quinn. I'm pretty sure he talked all week of how much this would be uh, important for him to win, and I'm sure that the players all week talked about how important this would be for them to win for him. For the Cowboys to go in there, it showed that yes, this team isn't good, but this team has not quit on the head coach, and I hope the owner doesn't get a soft heart and bring him back next season. It's time for Mike McCarthy to go. Don't know who the head coach is going to be at this point. It really doesn't matter. Mike's not going to be here. There's the rumors about Belichick and Dion. I'm one that is not going to stop saying Dion until Dion lets everyone know that I have no interest in coaching the Cowboys, I have no interest in coming to the NFL either. But it's just hard for me to see his son Shador leave college, go to NFL, and Dion stays at Colorado. Even though he does have a highly recruited class coming in, it's just hard to see. It's just hard to see Dion not being in the NFL next season with some team. He's a very talented quarterback, but for the Cowboys, it really wouldn't make any sense to draft Shador because of Dak. But if the new if a incoming coaching staff knows you have Dak, a physically limited Dak, and you have a physically gifted Shador, you would create some 10 to 15 snaps um, to get the kid in, to run some RPOs, So um, I just do believe that the two coaches for the Cowboys, well, one or two coaches next year would be Bill Belichick or Deion Sanders. Um, I don't see Johnson, the OC from Detroit. Number one, uh, he, I think it's been reported that he wants like 15 million, and I just don't see the Joneses giving someone without any head coaching experience that much money. Dion may ask for that much. Belichick, I don't know. I don't know where his head is. I don't even know if he wants to return to coaching. But as far as today in this season, um, the Cowboys just defeated Washington. That is funny to me. Um, traditional Thanksgiving Day game. Cowboys will take on the New York Giants, who released Daniel Jones. I want to say Friday, maybe Thursday. I would be interested in him as a backup next season. Um, Even with Dak, well, Dak's not going anywhere, but I do think he would be a quality backup. I think his years of being a full-time starter in this league have greatly um, diminished. But I think as a change of pace quarterback for the skill sets that he has, I think he would fit good here. Um, but I would rather have Shador, which we know Dion would be there with him. But I think for that to happen, Dallas would need to be either picks 2 or 3. Um, but you have to hire your head coach before the draft. So I don't know. Um, yeah, so the New York Giants are coming in on Thanksgiving, and we have people that sit next to us that also own season tickets. So we swapped the Thanksgiving game, the Thanksgiving Day game for the last game of the season, which Dallas plays Washington. So um, that's one reason why we're not going to the game. Plus, the Cowboys are bad, and just really spend time with the family, um, versus going to the game and all that comes with that. So yeah, Cowboys won, and let me see what happened with the um, with the game between the Titans. Um, yep. So Tennessee, no, not Tennessee. Okay, yep. A game is over. Tennessee won. Yeah, I said that earlier. Which game? Oh, no, no, no. I'm sorry. It was Minnesota and Chicago that were in overtime, and looks like it's still tied at 27. And Minnesota has the ball. Minnesota has the ball inside the 10-yard line. Looks like they're at the 11. Um, I hadn't been keeping up, so I don't know if this was their first possession in overtime or not. So we'll keep up with that here while we're doing this. Yeah, but this has been a very frustrating season for Cowboy fans. We should have known that this team wasn't going to be good, even going back to training camp. Um, Lamb Lamb held out. Dak signed his contract extension or his new contract a couple of hours before the game. We didn't see Zeke at all during the preseason, and I think they knew the running game was going to be bad, but they didn't want to show Zeke off so everyone would know that he didn't have anything left in the tank. It looks like Minnesota just defeated Chicago 30-27 with a field goal kick here, and that game is over. So um, looks like Chicago is lost again, which they've been losing a lot this season. Let me see who. Wow. It looks like on Thanksgiving, Detroit and Chicago play. So it's it's kind of a old school matchup, and that's probably that may be one of the oldest rivals in the NFL. But at, I believe at this point of the season, you are what you are, and Washington just proves that they are exactly what they are. Um, yeah, I'm kind of I'm a little angry that the Cowboys won, but they beat Washington. Can't be any happier than that. Ah, y'all give me 1 second here and turn on YouTube as I put my glasses on. I can see. Trying to get a head start on Talking Heads. I know social media was losing their mind during the game. Oh, yeah, the Cowboys showed some signs of life. I wish they would just start Trey Lance and just get ready for next season. But um, you know, you cannot take away a player's effort. You know, you can't be mad because he tries hard. You can't be mad because you know, ran for a touchdown. Because at the end of the day, these guys still have to prove that they are NFL players, and a lot of them did today. There was even a Mozzie Smith sighting. He's been a great disappointment. You know, being a high pick a couple years ago. Matter of fact, he was in the same draft as um as Schoonmaker, both out of Michigan, and Lord knows that there is another Michigan defensive tackle who's a top 5 pick, and I've heard lot of people say um, that last defensive tackle that the Cowboys drafted from Michigan, Mozzie Smith, disregard him. This dude here, he can really play, but we were told that Mozzie, hey, this kid can play. So I don't know. You know, it's kind of funny that NFL may be the only sport where in this country that when your team wins, it affects the mood of the people. You know, the conversations are better when you see someone out and they wearing a cowboy hat or cowboy t-shirt or something. You know, you just kind of nod. You at work and you're at the grocery store and you find yourself having random conversations with somebody in the store that in anytime any other time you wouldn't even be paying attention to, but um, it just it just lightens the mood for at least a week until you get to the next week, and there hasn't been much success or those kind of moments this season for the Cowboys. Well, let me get out of here. I just wanted to stop by and just do my little post game show once again. Dallas Cowboys left Washington with a win and uh, a very odd win by the score of 34-26. I want to thank you for watching The Good Life, where life is always good. If you could do me a favor, like, subscribe, and with your help, we will get to where we want to be. Peace out.